What if the thing you think is your personality is actually emotional intelligence? Maybe you don't react when someone provokes you. Maybe you understand why people hurt others, even when they hurt you. And maybe you've wondered, why do I seem to handle things differently? You might not be emotionally distant. You might simply understand your emotions better than you were taught. Emotional intelligence means recognizing what you feel, understanding others, and choosing your response instead of automatically reacting. And the strange part? The strongest signs often look completely ordinary. Here are 6 signs you may be emotionally intelligent, without realizing it. 1. You pause before reacting. Someone says something disrespectful. Your first instinct is to react. But instead, you pause. You don't immediately send the angry message. You give yourself space. Psychologists call this emotional regulation. Managing your emotional response instead of automatically acting on it. You still get angry. You still get hurt. But you understand that feeling something doesn't mean you have to act on it. Anger can be information without being an instruction. So next time you're triggered, ask, what am I feeling, and what response would actually help? That tiny pause can change everything. 2. You can explain why you feel bad. Have you ever felt irritated when nothing major happened? Instead of simply saying, I'm in a bad mood, you become curious. Why am I feeling this way? Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you feel ignored. Maybe something reminded you of an old experience. Emotionally aware people learn to distinguish frustration from disappointment, anxiety from fear, and loneliness from simply wanting to be alone. Research on emotion labeling suggests that putting feelings into words can help with emotional regulation. So instead of asking only, how do I feel? Ask, what is this feeling trying to tell me? That question can reveal what you actually need. 3. You understand people without excusing them. Someone treats you badly. And you can understand why. Maybe they're insecure. Maybe they're afraid. Maybe they learned unhealthy behavior growing up. You can see the wound behind the behavior. But you don't use their pain as an excuse. You can understand someone and still walk away. You can have empathy and still have boundaries. Because understanding someone doesn't mean tolerating everything they do. Sometimes emotional intelligence means finally realizing, I can understand you without sacrificing myself for you. 4. You can admit when you're wrong. When someone challenges you, your first instinct might be to defend yourself. But I had a reason. They misunderstood me. They started it. Maybe they did. But emotional intelligence allows you to ask, even if I had a reason, did I still handle it badly? That question requires humility. You can admit, I made a mistake, without thinking, I am a failure. You can apologize without feeling weak. You can change your opinion without feeling humiliated. Sometimes emotional maturity means caring more about being accurate than being right. And that leads to the next sign. 5. You know when a conversation isn't worth winning. You explain yourself. They argue. You explain again. They twist your words. Eventually, you stop. Not because you have nothing to say. Because you realize the conversation isn't going anywhere. Emotionally intelligent people understand that not every disagreement deserves their energy. They don't feel the need to keep arguing just to prove they're right. They don't need everyone to understand them. Sometimes walking away isn't losing. It's choosing your peace over the need to be right. And perhaps the most surprising sign is this. 6. You're selective about who gets access to you. As your emotional intelligence grows, you may become quieter and more selective. You start noticing how certain people make you feel after you leave them. Calm. Drained. Small. Confused. Accepted. You begin noticing patterns. Someone can be entertaining but emotionally exhausting. You can have amazing chemistry with someone and still realize they're not right for your life. So you stop asking only, "Do I like this person?" and start asking, "Who do I become when I'm around this person?" That question can change your relationships. Because emotional intelligence isn't just knowing yourself. It's also knowing which people bring out the best in you. And maybe you've noticed something changing in yourself. You don't argue as much anymore. You don't need revenge. You don't feel the need to expose everyone who hurts you. You still feel deeply. You just don't let every feeling control your behavior. That isn't emotional coldness. It may be emotional maturity. Because emotional intelligence doesn't make you emotionless. It makes you less controlled by your emotions. You still get angry. You still get hurt. You still have bad days. But you create a small space between what you feel and what you do. And inside that space is your freedom. If you recognized yourself in these 6 signs, remember this. You don't need to become a completely different person. Sometimes emotional growth is simply becoming more secure in who you are, so other people can't easily pull you away from yourself. You still get hurt. You still make mistakes. But you understand yourself a little better. And you stop abandoning your own peace just to keep everyone else comfortable. That, to me, is one of the quietest forms of strength. You don't need to control every emotion. You just need to understand what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and choose how you want to respond. Because the goal isn't a life without difficult emotions. It's a life where you can feel them, understand them, and still choose your next step. May your life be filled with endless blessings. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. If you learned something from this video, like, share, and subscribe. You never know, the next video could change your life.